All right, let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and Happy New Year. As you may know, one of the most popular cameras last year was the Canon C70. Today, we're happy to hand off the channel to two of the first folks to use the C70, Chris Ray and Martin Fobes. Now, you may know Chris and Martin from DC Shoes, as they create a lot of that cool content over there. Today, they're going to talk to you about how and why they use the Canon C70 on their latest documentary. So without further ado, here's Chris and Martin.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Chris Ray.
And I'm Martin Fobes.
Now, we're a couple filmmakers. We're also good friends. So we work full-time for DC Shoes. We've been very fortunate to shoot a lot of cool projects, right? You mostly have seen our stuff with skateboarding. We shoot commercials, we shoot product videos, we shoot lifestyle videos. We've shot a motorcycle on the wave. We've shot that. That was incredible.
We filmed that.
Yeah, that happened. But most recently, we've shot a project that we're both very proud of. This Too Shall Pass.
So This Too Shall Pass is a documentary short. It features John Gardner and it highlights mental health awareness in the skateboarding community.
Yeah, this was something that was needed. I mean, John Gardner, who's got a huge heart, I mean, he really helped make this thing happen. We can't thank DC Shoes enough for being supportive of this project.
It's a project that's really close to home, really important to John, and John was kind enough to open up and talk about it with us.
This was something that was a little bit more impactful, that I really enjoyed because it was tied into skateboarding, but yet it brought in awareness that I think needed to be known. So we shot the whole thing on C70s, so that's kind of what we're going to talk to you guys today about. And this was our first project that we had done 100% on the C70.
Yeah, actually in the past we just shot everything on, like previous years, all the project did was just on red. So this is our first time actually jumping to the Canon world and shooting a full project on Canon. And using autofocus. Autofocus is a real thing.
It's huge. It's huge and it works. So, like Martin was saying, we've shot a lot of stuff on Reds. We've shot a lot of stuff on the GH5 was kind of one of our cameras before the Canon. Yep. And we just kind of felt like I personally wanted to get away from the DSLR like look and feel. I wanted something that was a little bit more cine. That was important to me. And one of my favorite things about the camera, well, I got a couple favorite things, but
there's a lot of favorite things about that camera.
But the C-Log 2, which we'll touch on and talk about because Martin worked on most of the edit and post. But I'm just gonna say my favorite thing right now. I think you're gonna agree. ND filters.
Built-in NDs.
Built-in NDs.
Why doesn't everybody do that?
Everybody has to do that. That's like, to me, I'm like, it's one of those things. Once you have built-in NDs, you can't not have them. That's how I feel.
It blows my mind that other cameras these days. In 2021, every cinema camera needs to have built-in NDs.
Yeah. So any company that's watching this and listening, built-in NDs. Please. Tell your marketing team, tell your designers. I don't know who you got to talk to, but just tell them. So the other thing too that I want to just talk about is that, you know, personally in the past when I shot on Red, and this goes to the Canon being a workhorse, is that I was always like scared of filling up media like crazy. And when you're shooting a documentary like this, I felt like we were able to roll a lot longer. We were able to over capture, where in the past when I'm shooting to like a mini mag, right? I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm shooting terabytes. And that always like caused me to like shoot less.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So one of my favorite things on C70 is you have two regular SD card slots. Mm-hmm. You don't have a CFast, and then you don't have to be mixing your ports like on other cinema cameras. You just have two SDs. We normally run two 256 gig cards, and just one of those will get you through an entire day, easy. And
you do, on the C70, it is required to run the Angelbird cards. That's what they recommend.
You need a V90 rating. It's basically like a recording speed that you need to hit.
Exactly.
So it just needs to be V90 SD card, and Angelbird are the cards that we use.
Yeah. So for this project too, regarding lenses, we talked a little bit about the autofocus just being like a huge highlight.
The autofocus on the C70 with the slow motion is absolutely insane. We shot a ton of stuff at 120 frames a second using autofocus. You know, John's skating directly at me, following him through the trees, like all sorts of things. And another thing that's really, really cool about this camera is you can very easily assign little presets. So on my setup, I have, this will just basically switch into slow motion, hit one button, you're in 48 or you're in 120. And it's very, very easy to switch out and saves you a lot of time.
Yeah.
Another huge thing for me is I needed something like the GH5 and how we use the GH5. I needed something you could just work out of a backpack with.
Yeah.
You can go on a trip and you can have everything you need just in one backpack. A lot of the footage, there's a lot of B-roll of John cleaning up this pool, skating the pool. And that is in a super remote area outside of Albany. And we were fighting the weather the whole time. It was raining on and off. And I needed something that you can work out of the backpack. You can run around with it. I mean, it's like water resistant too.
Yeah, we're often going handheld with it, so just having
Yeah.
like the side grip and being able to hold it is key to us. And we shot the majority of this film, I would say, on the Canon 50mm, the 70-200,
And then for a few wides, I think the Canon 16-35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not very many lenses, but it was just amazing how these. I'll just say like photo lenses worked great with this camera and this setup.
People were really blown away. Like I had a lot of
Yeah.
people reach out and be like, "What lens did you shooting on?" And I just told them it's
Well,
basic Canon L series lenses.
but I'll tell you one of the major secrets with this is that there's an adapter here, right? So this is an RF camera, right? But we're shooting EF lenses still. So right here is a 0.71 adapter from Canon, and what are we getting out of that?
This adapter right here is what basically sets apart the C70 from other cinema cameras. Most of the other cinema cameras, they're just Super 35. With the C70, you can either shoot Super 35 or you can get this adapter and expand to full frame. So I think we shot the entire film full frame Canon C70. I think that really helped add to the look of the film, gave us a little bit more shallow depth of field. And
that's where the autofocus came in. Is that when you're getting that extra stop? I mean, we were really pushing it in a lot of the shots that we got,
yeah.
and the autofocus came in to help. But this was our best friend. And when we shoot skateboarding on a daily basis, this adapter is also our best friend because we're getting such a wider angle on our fisheye. But this is literally our setup here. We are running the small HD Indy 7 on everything, so we have a nice monitor on top. We were running the wooden camera cage on everything, and then we have the option here for V mounts.
This piece right here is a brand new piece by Wooden Camera. Makes it super, super solid. You don't have to worry about carrying a really heavy lens on it or anything. Everything's secure, really, really solid build.
Yeah. No camera's perfect, right? Like we know that. So what are some things that we wish we could see different with this, or that you feel like might be a negative?
Yeah, this is a very, very close, in my opinion, to what I want in a camera.
We don't have an eyepiece. We'd love an eyepiece.
Oh yeah,
That would be great.
Built-in EVF would be absolutely amazing. But this little flip-out screen here, not very bright. Good indoors, outdoors.
Yeah, I will
really use it. You gotta use the monitor outdoors.
Yeah, I will say the monitor to me is mandatory. Like I can't see you using this camera without a nice monitor.
Yeah, definitely need a monitor. Can't really rely on this guy unless you're indoors.
I think the one request I would have from Canon is to offer more frame rates, right? So
Yeah,
we start at 12 is our lowest, but I wish that we could go 2 through 12.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we could do time lapses and stuff like that.
Built-in NDs.
Built-in NDs again.
Once
is
again,
just,
built-in NDs. They're
yeah,
right here.
that's pretty game changing.
Put them in every camera.
Every single camera.
Come on, it's the best.
So Martin, you worked on the edit, right?
Yep.
What was your experience with the workflow with the project?
First of all, C-Log 2, favorite log
Yeah.
format I've ever used to date.
Well, and also too, let's tell you guys what LUTs that we're using.
I think the entire film was colored with buttery LUTs. They have really, really good basic Rec 709 LUTs. We shot everything C-Log 2, used the buttery LUT, Rec 709 LUTs, and just did a few basic tweaks to kind of push the image a little bit more.
And I'm not a color guy. I'm a very simple. I love filming, but I'm by no means a color nut. I kind of rely on you for that stuff. But when I record in C-Log 2 and then I threw that LUT on there, I was just like, it's good to go. Like there really wasn't much you had to do,
Yeah.
and the look I got out of it and how beautiful it was, I was like, I'm sold on this. Like that's definitely one of my favorite things.
Another thing that's super, super interesting is shooting C-Log 2 on the C70. You can use Arri Alexa LUTs,
Yeah.
the exact same LUTs,
Yeah.
and it makes it look perfect.
And I remember while you were editing this, getting a text from you just being like, it's crazy how much you're able to pull the dynamic range. Like you were blown away by that.
When we first got the camera, it doesn't shoot raw, so I was a little weary about that. But then after actually using the footage and coloring and pushing it in the latitude of it has 16 plus stops of dynamic range. Like there's so much detail in the highlights, like it's crazy.
What impact do you think that this camera will have on the industry?
Skateboard industry?
I think it's just overall. I think that right now we're seeing a lot of people kind of jumping on the Komodo train or jumping on. Honestly, I'm seeing more people with Komodos and less people with C70s. But when I had posted this project personally to like Facebook, people were like, "Oh my! This is the best example that you can show with this project."
I mean, I think we're a perfect example of the impact that this camera has had on the film industry. It's like we've been red dudes. We shoot red. Like that's what we've done for the last however many years.
Yeah.
But this thing grabbed our attention and it's been absolutely incredible. So it's like I think we're a testament to like exactly the impact that it's having on the industry. And
it's a workhorse. It really is. Like
it can do it all. You can you can keep it. You can build it even smaller than this if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, or you can build it out to a huge cinema camera and throw an insane zoom on it, or you know.
And that's the style that we like to shoot. We like to be run and gun. We like to be ready, prepared for whatever. But we still want that cinematic, beautiful look. That seems to be like our style of what we go for. So again, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's on DC Shoes YouTube. It's called This Too Shall Pass. It's a great film. Whole thing shot on the Canon C70s, which we actually bought from Filmtools.
Yep,
I think we were one of the first.
Yeah, we got it right when it, like as soon as it came out, we like put in the pre-order, and I don't even think we demoed the camera or like even touch it before we bought them. It's just, did a lot of research online, saw the specs, and just made the purchase. And we were lucky enough, I mean, Filmtools was great. We were lucky enough to get it very, very quick.
Yeah, we were one of the first ones to get them. So we got that jump on there.
It was like their first shipment in. It was like you and I got like the first 2 cameras or something. Like, and it was like the first 2 cameras in California or something.
And they still got them. So obviously, if you guys want to try it out, or if you guys have any questions, reach out to Filmtools, ask them anything. Reach out to Martin or myself.
I've had a number of people reach out about actually the exact same build on Instagram, and I'm very happy to just share links with every single item, top handle, like cheese plates, like any accessories I use for it for this exact build. Super happy to share. So just reach out on Instagram and help you out. All in all, we absolutely love the camera. It's exactly what we needed for this project.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to us, reach out to Filmtools. We can help answer anything. Hit us up if you've got camera questions. You just need a friend to talk to. We're available. We will respond to you. And again, thanks Filmtools for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
See ya.